Hey everyone, this is Stephen Casey Railpin here, and welcome to another product review. Because if you guys enjoyed my last product review, which is the Rapido C40-8M in the BC Rail scheme, and obviously that was my very first Rapido locomotive, and now we have another product review of another locomotive I'd like to share with you guys today. So this is a locomotive I could not help myself getting, because this was a brand new release, because you know, lots of new releases came out since like late July or early August. But this is actually another locomotive I had that was newly released. So as you can see, it's in this cardboard packaging, which is, you know, because for you guys wondering what it is, it's another Athearn Genesis locomotive. So because I really love how Athearn Genesis does this, like if they put this in the cardboard just to protect it from whenever it's being shipped and such, so just to protect the lid from coming off. So if you wonder what the locomotive is, it's this locomotive right here. It is the newly released SD70ACU. So this is part of their second run. So the one I have is in the Canadian Pacific Heritage Scheme. This is number 7015 with the block letters. Because I was originally thinking about getting a heritage unit from the first run that had the script letters, but unfortunately I missed out on it and didn't have time to order one, and then they sold out fast. So luckily they came up with this one too, because I don't really mind the letters on their heritage units, so we got that. So we'll take it out of the box. So you just basically slide it out like this. I'll set that aside, and I'll show you guys what the box looks like. So basically this is the new style Athearn Genesis packaging. You can see this is the new logo and all that. It's got all the warning labels and all that. And age recommendations saying not for children under 14 years, because it says this is not a toy, which is definitely correct. This is a hobby product. And it's got all the information here and all that, everything, and that's about it. So I thought I'd just show you guys a little bit of the packaging overview, and now we'll get ready to unbox this. So we go see, it's basically just slide off like this, and it contains like all the other things, like you know, like the warranty parts and, you know, just like a newsletter and stuff like that. And everything. And then this is all like basically the variants, because the ACU 80 mag and 90 mag have their frames are about the same from what I heard. So they got this, the manual, and then the parts diagram and everything. And then there's the locomotive itself. Look at that. And if you're wondering what this is, here's this little Ziploc baggie. It also comes with a little Ziploc bag. I think these are some parts. And they also come with rotating bearing caps, because in case the bearing caps fall off, you can put these spares on. So we're going to set that aside. So now I'm going to get the locomotive out the box. So it's quite simple. So it's just like that. Slide it out. And you just lift the top part right here. Lift this up. And there it is, right here. The locomotive. Right here. Oh, it looks very stunning. So, we'll get the locomotive onto the tracks, and then we'll begin the review. Alright, so starting off with the front, so we're going to zoom in a little bit. So, as you can see, being an Athearn Genesis locomotive, it's got lots of details, like it's got the train line hoses, MU hoses, and it's got a really nice plow. It's got the McHenry couplers, ditch lights, the headlights and all that, which is low mounted, which is correct, you see on the CP. And the paint scheme is really nicely crisp too. And you can see it's got windshield wipers, sunshades, and if you look on the top, right here, it's got PTC antennas. There's also a cab interior. It's also got a nice 3-chime horn. You can see. Let me zoom in. Let me see if I can pick it up. Really nice. It's got the 3 radiator fans. Since, as you know, the ACU is basically rebuilt from an SD90 Mac. It's got really nice truss. As I said before, the Ziploc bag that I showed you earlier basically used these bearing caps, which I'll show you guys later on the film. And then later there's the fuel tank, and then you can see the E-bell underneath right there. It's really cool. Everything, and then I can show you guys the quick letters. Looks very nice. And here's the back side. Looks very nicely done. And it's obviously it's got lots of detail here as well. That. And obviously it's got rear ditch lights as well, which is really cool. And obviously lots of detail here, like grab irons and all that. It's really nicely done. So now I'll turn the locomotive around, so I'll show you this section. So it's got some great detail here. It's got a lot of, and then you can also see the steps are also see-through, so if you can see, I'm not sure if my shadow's in the way. Steps are also see-through, lots of great detail, and all that. Nicely done with the sunshades. Lots of good detail on, especially the walkways, and all the see-through grills are pretty nicely done too. So let me show you that. See, the grills are see-through, which is a really cool feature. I really like this. And the brake wheel detail is also nicely done too. So now I'm going to show you guys the. I think this locomotive basically has a removable roof, but however, I'm not sure if I can take it off. But it's a little tricky. But however, it requires lots of patience, so be sure when you do this, make sure you try not to damage the locomotive and have a little bit of patience. So, oh. Sorry, I almost got it off. There we go. There it is. So I removed it. And you can see, there's a cab interior. This is actually a really cool feature for Athearn Genesis. Like, I think this is usually on their SD70ACUs, M-2s, and the ACUs. But I'm not sure about the other models, but here it is. You can see it's got 3 chairs. You can see it's got 3 seatings, one like for the crew, the brakeman, and the conductor, and everything. And then you can see the controls, the control stand, and all that. Very cool feature. And you can see these things are basically the magnets that basically hold down the roof, so that way when you roof. So now I'm going to put it back on. It's just quite simple. You just slide it down like this, and there, it pops back up. It's popped back on. So now, with that being said, now I'm going to show you guys the bearing cap. So let me just zoom in, show you guys how it runs. Then I'll show you guys the headlights later. So I had it running in reverse, you can see carefully. It's a pretty nice runner too. You can see that the bearing caps do rotate, which is a very good feature for Athearn Genesis to add this. There it is. So now we'll zoom out, so I'll show you guys the headlights on it now. Oops. Oh yeah, they're really nice and bright. Definitely perfect. So there it is. Looks really nice. Now we'll show you guys the rear headlights and ditch lights next. for one more time. So there you have it. So there it is. That's gonna wrap it up for the review of the second run of the Athearn Genesis SD70ACUs. So I'm actually really glad with how this locomotive turned out. It's got lots of great detail, runs really nice. They improved the headlights and on the ditch lights, and I gotta say, this is actually a very nice scheme. Even though, since this locomotive is brand new, because, you know, one of the newest locomotives, because it's a rebuild from one of the older SD90 Max, I'm really glad that, you know, how Norfolk Southern and Canadian Pacific has done great jobs on these. Even though Norfolk Southern had some problems with some of their ACUs, because, you know, they still have a few of them left on their roster, but CP, on the other hand, still keeps their ACUs still running strong, especially their heritage units, except for 7011, which was destroyed in a washout derailment up in Maine back in like just a couple days after the CPKC merger. It was destroyed, which was sad, but I think the crew survived that crash. I think the crew were okay, and I think they were hospitalized, but who knows what happened to the crew. But I hope they survived. And as you can see, this heritage unit is really nicely done. And I'm really glad with the paint work on it, and Athearn did a good job on this, and it's very nice, really nice paint scheme. So anyways, gotta say, really nice locomotive, and glad to have like a fully assembled, especially a rebuilt locomotive, because, you know, the ACU, from what I heard, the ACU is the ancestor to the SD90 Mac-H, because the SD90 Mac-H and the ACU looked a bit similar to each other, but even though the SD90 Mac-H had mechanical issues and then was a mechanical nightmare for EMD, so that's why none of them survived today, and they were all scrapped. So, but at least the ACU carries on the legacy of the SD90 Mac-H. So, anyways, this is actually a very nice locomotive. I'm glad I was able to get this locomotive, and obviously it's another Canadian locomotive, because first being the BC Rail, and now we have this, the CP SD70ACU. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for the review of the Athearn Genesis SD70ACU. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave you guys a little bit of a run by of this in action, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, have a good day, everybody.